So I was going to release a video today titled Modern Warfare is not a Call of Duty game, and whilst that's still very much true, an update has come out recently, I believe yesterday, title update 1.06, which has addressed some issues, although the game is still in a really bad place, and actually the issues they've addressed are simply not enough, and it looks like they're addressing them in the wrong way as well. So what I wanted to do is go over that, plus I wanted to go over some leaks in respect to Battle Royale, zombies and some other little bits and bobs. So let's begin. So first and foremost, we'll go over the 1.06 update because that's come out yesterday, and there's a couple of things here which is good, but generally it's all kind of going in the wrong direction, and I'll explain why. So firstly, more fixes to prevent crashes and improve stability across all platforms. This is obviously is important. I myself on Xbox One X have encountered loads of crashes and stability issues, so this is actually really good news, and I hope that we shouldn't need any more of this. Next, Battle Chatter has been removed from Tactical One Life mode, so that's stuff like Search and Destroy, but to be completely honest, I mean, Battle Chatter should be removed from all modes. I don't understand where they're going with this. I don't understand why they would just remove it from the one sort of tactical mode, although most modes are tactical, or that's how the game's been built to be. The game is meant to be realistic in respect of how you would approach situations in real life, but I don't know about you, but I doubt very much you'd have special operations going into rooms, or even before they go into rooms shouting, "There he is," or "He's in that window," because that would give away your position. So, for me, Battle Chatter needs to be removed totally from all modes, and I really don't understand why they've just removed it from the one mode at the moment. APCs and tanks in Ground War no longer award points towards a nuke. Again, that's a good change, but I would like to see some further changes to APCs and tanks. I think they're too powerful at the moment. I think the blast radius on their shots is too big, and I also don't like the fact that you can sit up on the hill on that one map. I can't remember which one it is on Ground War. There's only two maps. It's the one that's not the one where everyone's camping on top of buildings, essentially, where you can sit on the hill and just fire down and rain hell on everyone. That they need to be removed from going up there as well. Next, a fix for charms affecting weapon performance when firing from the hip. That's okay. Claymores. Stun grenades can now force Claymores into a disabled state for 3 seconds. Now, I don't know about you, but that to me is just not good enough. At the moment, you can spawn with 2 Claymores, and you can replenish Claymores as well, which means that in almost all situations, if you run into a room with doors, and the door situation I think they need to get rid of as well, but if you run into a room with doors, people just put their Claymores behind the doors, they blow you up through the doors, they replenish it, and they reposition it. And this is what's causing one of the issues around camping. It's not the biggest issue in this game, the maps are, but generally this is a big issue with camping. And I just don't think having stun grenades is a good counter to it. It means just everyone's just going to run stun grenades, and it kind of pigeonholes everyone into using one piece of equipment. I just don't like. I think more needs to be done with Claymores. I think they need to reduce it down just to 1 Claymore, and I don't think you should be able to replenish it either. Footsteps, adjustments to tame the third-person footsteps. They will now filter out based on occlusion more, which I have no idea what that means. So if any of you guys knows what occlusion more is, then please let me know in the comments down below. I did have a look online and I still don't have a clue what it means, but from my own testing of playing Call of Duty today, it doesn't appear to have changed a whole lot, to be honest. I can still hear third parties pretty well, but for me the main thing about footsteps is I don't like to hear my own footsteps. My own players' footsteps are so loud, it's just distracting. So for me, I think they need to remove player footsteps, and they still need to make more adjustments to tame the third person footsteps, because I still think they're far too loud. No Spec Ops is running into rooms, stamping their feet like a hippo trying to get into rooms, because that's just not what they're doing. And this is meant to be Call of Duty. This is not Rainbow Six Siege. This is not Battlefield. This is Call of Duty. This is an arcade first-person shooter. So they need to make more adjustments into that. It's not working, at least. If they have made these adjustments, and they clearly have, they're not good enough. Next up, fix an issue where attack inserts would cause players to spawn out of bounds. Okay. Fix the gold camo not unlocking on the 357. And they've got a playlist update. They've got TDM only for NVG, Ground War, Gunfight, Kill Confirmed, and Free For All. So Kill Confirmed is a good one. I actually really like Kill Confirmed. It's one of my favourite game modes. But with Kill Confirmed, you need to be running around because you need to be collecting tags. But no, still no one is doing it for various reasons. I'm sure you guys you all know about. Footsteps, camping, Claymores, the mini-map is shocking. The maps are the worst maps in all of Call of Duty history, And I know they can't fix these, but they can make adjustments by bringing out some maps which are haven't got 5,000 windows in it. You can't be shot from 9,000 meters away. You shouldn't have to put on running shoes and be able to dodge bullets like Neo to cross the street, essentially. So we need more maps back which are just free lanes, limited, places to be shot by, and it all comes down to gun skill, player knowledge of the map, and reflexes, essentially, not sitting in windows waiting for someone to run into your room with a Claymore and a 7.25 shotgun in your hands. Talking of maps, there's been a leak of 38 new maps been found in the files by a data miner. So on Dextero.com, this is where I found this article. They talked about how the Infinity Ward have revamped their approach to map dynamics, taken away from conventional lane-based system at the core of most maps by incorporating features that cater for all playstyles. Which is the main problem with these maps, is that they don't cater to all playstyles, and they cater to people who sit in rooms and sit in windows. Given that Modern Warfare has moved away from its cornerstone 6v6 experience to implementing 10 versus 10 on the same maps, the maps have had to accommodate accordingly. However, according to leaks from the code within the update that went live on November, a host of new and old maps are on their way soon, seeing the return of fan favourites such as Rust and Shipment. On screen you're going to see a couple of different images included in the Dextero article and also taken from Reddit, essentially showing some of the new maps. And of course, it's good to see there are some old maps coming, but these are new old maps. And we've come to expect this from Call of Duty, where they basically remaster old maps. And I'm not unhappy about that. Some of these maps are very good maps from back in the day, and they are very much the conventional free lane maps, which is what we need at the moment, because the maps in this game, like I said, are the worst maps in Call of Duty history. You shouldn't be in a street and be able to be shot from 9,000 different windows and doors. It should be very much like you would have on Raid, for example, where you'd have free lanes, you'd have maybe 1 or 2 rooms that had 1 or 2 ways in maximum, and that's it. And it should be a fast, small 6v6 map. Or if you've got 10v10, then just make it a little bit bigger, but it should be fast, and it should be an arcade type shooter. It shouldn't be a case where you can sit in rooms and camp your ass off, essentially. So I'm hoping that these new 38 maps that are coming, again, we don't know for sure because it's not been confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that these are coming. They're in the files at the moment. I hope that these maps do make this experience a lot better, because I've got to admit, I think the maps overall make the whole experience just 10 times worse. The camping, the footsteps, all of that stuff is exasperated by the bad map design. The maps encourage you to sit in windows. The maps encourage you to, sit indoors with claymores and stuff. That's the way the maps are built. The developers confirm that's the way the maps are built. So here's hoping to new maps that can actually make this experience a lot better. Because if they get this right, if they get these maps right, and if they make these changes that everyone is suggesting, and they go back to a more traditional Call of Duty approach with a good mini-map, footsteps that are not loud, ghost that works properly, dead silence that works properly, and all that stuff, then actually this could be one of the best multiplayer Call of Duties out there. But right now it's probably the worst, so here's hoping that they fix that. So moving on, and let's talk about Battle Royale and zombies. A potential leak has come from a data miner called That One Mining Guy. You can find on Twitter, and they've been diving into the code, and I think they've done this before, but according to this leaker, Capture the Flag is meant to be making a return to the franchise, as well as a couple of other things like Kill Confirmed, which again did come out as of yesterday, so you've got to admit that actually, this person said Kill Confirmed is coming, so that's pretty good, because they've already confirmed that. But what's important here is the Battle Royale stuff, and on screen you're going to see some code that was uploaded to Dextero, the article that I'm taking this from. And what you'll see on here is a lot of different pieces of code which suggest that some form of Battle Royale is coming. We've got sea height, we've got vehicle wheel, and some other little bits and bobs there that suggests that Battle Royale is actually going to be coming back, which I'm pretty happy with, because I did enjoy Battle Royale from Black Ops 4, not Modern Warfare, Black Ops 4. I thought it was pretty good. I still preferred Apex Legends in respect to Battle Royale over all Battle Royales, but with the mechanics of this game and the way it is built, I think a Battle Royale can actually work really, really well. So, yeah, really, really happy that this is going to be coming out as well. And now moving on to zombies, because I think this is actually very important. I don't know why I've put this last in this video, but because I think a lot of people are going to be pretty happy with this. Zombies being probably the most beloved game mode of all Call of Duty history. So it says here that initially introduced by Treyarch, Call of Duty Zombies is a staple in the first-person shooter. We know that. Fans of the fight against the living dead now have rekindled hope after presence_MP/zombies has been spotted within the game files. And as you see on screen, you can see the different game files here, and you can see right at the bottom where it says 142DF8658 presence/MP_zombies is the file. Now, it says appearing as infected in past iterations, Infinity Ward look to set to implement the fun game mode into Modern Warfare, which will likely play off with the lore with campaign mode. So when we say zombies, I don't think we're talking about the actual game mode here. I think what we're talking about is some form of infected mode where you can become a zombies, and that's why it's under the MP, the multiplayer side of things, which again is really good news. I think for me, Infected is one of my favourite game modes, and it's a lot of nostalgia. And we know that with Call of Duty, they like to bring back a lot of game modes, a lot of maps, and I'm okay with that for the most part. We want new stuff as well, obviously, but I just think this is really, really good. Obviously, with all of this stuff combined, it all depends on the developers doing a good job with these updates. The first update so far has not been good enough. It's not addressed the issues with this game. The new maps will address a huge issue with this game, but we need more. We need Ghost to actually work properly. Ghost has been a problem in this in the Call of Duty franchise since day one. I don't know how they haven't got it right. Dead Silence needs to be a perk, and it needs to work properly. They need to reduce the amount of Claymores you can get. They still need to reduce the game sound in respect to footsteps. They need to remove footstep sounds for your own players. I think that's really, really important. The gunplay and stuff is very, very good, so there's nothing wrong there. They need to bring back the traditional minimap. Who asked for a minimap like the one we've got here? I don't think anyone did. I think it's awful. We've got the snapshot grenade, which will tell you if someone's using Ghost, but it won't tell you where they are. I don't think Ghost should protect you from snapshot grenades, is my opinion. But yeah, if they change all of this and they just listen to the community and bring back the Call of Duty that we all love, then they've got a real winner on their hands, and this game could become one of the best multiplayer Call of Duty games out there. And with all this other new stuff coming as well, it could be one of the best games of this year. So, and coming into next year. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you did enjoy this one. We've got a lot of new stuff coming, which is good. But let's just hope the devs do a lot more in respect to their updates. Until the next one, guys. Epic out.